right off the top, I hit you with some trivia questions. We got a leaderboard with Reese Hoskins at the top of it, actually, with 8. So I got some trivia questions to ask you right off the top. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, ready. Who was your first MLB strikeout?
Brian Dozier.
Yep. Who was your first MLB batter you faced?
Ooh, Danny Santana?
Yes. First MLB home run given up to?
Mike Napoli.
Yes. First MLB win, who was it against?
The Twins.
Yes. Who was the leadoff hitter for Detroit during your debut?
Ooh. Kinsler?
Yes. Number of pitches thrown in your first MLB start?
92.
Oh, it's 93. What was your jersey number in your debut?
32.
Who relieved you in your first start?
Oh. I don't even know. I was, Alex Wilson, maybe?
Yes. Where was your first away game?
It was in Minnesota.
Wow. Wow. That was pretty good. How many did you get? He did get Minnesota. That's 8. So you are now at the top of our leaderboard, tied with Reese Hoskins.
Hey, I'll take that all day.
Pretty good there. And wait, I feel like we almost need. He got 92 pitches. You threw 93. I feel like that's a tough one, and you were one off.
Sure.
Well, all right, Fulm. First, thank you so much for joining me, man. I wanted to talk about, the day you get drafted, and I got to experience it on a much lower level than you did. I was some 14th round scrub pick. You were drafted in the first round. What was that day like, and what was it like getting drafted in the first round?
Man, that was a crazy day back in Edmond, Oklahoma, and I didn't really have any thoughts about where I'd go in after what round or what pick. There were some phone calls, but I was kind of just focused on high school baseball at the time, and you had 2 studs out in Oklahoma anyway with Dylan Bundy and Archie Bradley. We're going to go in the first 10 picks, no matter what. Either so, watching them. But funny story is we had our watch party at a Hooters in Edmond, Oklahoma. I had all my high school family, everybody there. It ended up being a long night, but just to hear my name called, it was pretty cool.
So, and then you get into the minor leagues, which I ask everybody this question because baseball is so unique and everybody goes through sort of a minor league grind. What is one memory or one story from your minor league days that you'll take with you forever, that you'll forever remember?
Ooh, there's a lot of them. I think the minor league grind part of it, I was drafted by the Mets, played in Savannah, Georgia, my first full season in low A. Low A Savannah, first full season. And I remember a 16-hour bus ride overnight to Lakewood, New Jersey that we had to take 3 different bus drivers to switch out on that journey. So I'll never forget sleeping on the floor in the bus, one bus, everybody on it.
Dude, I just wrote an article about like the minor league grind and sleeping on the floor on buses and, eating PB&Js in locker rooms and all that stuff. But it's funny you talk about sleeping on the floor because that is absolutely a thing that happens, is the center aisle of the bus will be full of guys sleeping with like a pillow in the middle of the aisle, right?
Yeah, my shoes were my pillows back then. So,
so then you get traded to the Tigers. You're part of the Yoenis Cespedes trade, actually, to the Detroit Tigers. What was that day like for you? I can't imagine.
Yeah, I didn't think much of it. We were in Richmond, Virginia, playing the
That's where I'm from,
Flying
baby.
Squirrels.
Flying Squirrels.
At the time. I was it was July 31st. I was out throwing my in-between start bullpen, and the deadline time, I think it was 4:00, had already passed, and I was still outside throwing my bullpen. One of the clubhouse guys comes out and gets me, says, "Your manager wants to talk to you." I said, "Okay, well, didn't much of it, but MLB Network's on TV, whole team is clapping. Manager walks out of his office, says, "Well, I guess on." And I said, "No, you mind filling me in?" He's been traded to the Tigers. I'm like, okay, no. But it was cool. Everybody's happy for me. It's nice being that's wanting to get traded for. So I was in a good mood the rest of the day, and a couple days later made it to good old Erie, Pennsylvania.
Wow. So you end up going to Erie, work your way up the minor league system with the Tigers, and then your rookie season, you become the first Tiger since some guy named Justin Verlander to win Rookie of the Year in 2016. Now, Fulm, I have a question to ask you about a quote that I found of you on my brother.
Okay.
And it says, "I remember back in spring training where I was kind of nervous to even come up to him. He was one of my favorite pitchers in the game. He basically brought me back to his rookie year in 2006 and told me everything he wished he had done. He helped me with a shoulder program, a routine between starts, what he wished he would have done as opposed to what he did." Now, I'm assuming you got some great info out of that, but I'm mad at you for fluffing up his ego that early by the time you got there. That pisses me off. But what did you learn from him? Like, what did you take away from that conversation about his routine and everything he did his rookie year?
So the funny thing about that is, one, I don't remember saying it, and two, he helped me a lot as far as the maintenance side of your body goes. He was saying that one thing was that he didn't keep up his shoulder strength or maintenance shoulder program stuff. He really thrived for me to stay on a strict schedule with that, and I still use that same program to the day. He kind of hounded on me to make sure I got my lower body lifts in between starts, just kind of looking out for me. And the funny thing about it now is that I'm kind of seeing that in myself, some of the mistakes that I made when I was younger that ultimately led to injuries, and seeing guys like Casey Mize, Tarek Skubal, Spencer Turnbull does as well. He's still young, and seeing those guys have routines now, and it's something that I never really had going into the big league. So it's real cool to see guys develop routines like that at a younger age.
Now that he's moved on to another organization and with the Astros, do you ever reach out to him anymore to ask questions, or have you talked to him since he left?
I've talked to him a little bit, his TJ before he got it, and he actually got it done by Dr. Meister, which is the same guy that did mine. And I had nothing but good things to say to him about it, and kind of just asked how his life was and everything. It's kind of a hard moment for him because I know what he was going through at the time. So I didn't really talk to him too much, but he said he was doing well, and it was just good to text him for a little bit.
Yeah. And so speaking of some injuries, you were actually on the Team USA World Baseball Classic team and got hurt and weren't able to continue with the team. But how cool was it to be able to pitch for Team USA and to pitch and be a part of that team?
Well, I never really got to be a part of it, unfortunately, because I was selected to the team. They asked me to go. Right. I said yes, of course. Then a couple weeks before they actually went off ability drills and break my ankle, so for weeks that get a chance to go.
And then in 2017 you become an all-star. Dude, I just from 2016 to 17 was such a whirlwind for you. I can't imagine how awesome that was, man. I just remember going out and I would watch you. I was especially in 16, I was in the minor leagues, and I would watch you every single night, and you were just going out and dominating guys. And it kind of feels like you're getting to the point now where you've transitioned and you're actually coming out of the bullpen now, but your stuff seems like it's as dominant as it was then, if not even more so. You're throwing 100. Where are you now compared to then? Do you feel as good now as you did back then, pre all of the little injuries you went through?
Yeah, I mean, I feel great. 2016, 2017, go out and perform. You don't have to think about your body or anything like that. You're still younger. Age creeps up on you, I tell you. But it was fun to not have to worry about it. Now, going through the injuries, the body's going to feel the way it feels. It's learning how to kind of grind through it, find a routine, a program that works for you. And obviously, the 2 years of rehab that I had with the knee and the elbow, it turned out well for me because I'm prepared. But as far as the stuff goes, I'm feeling great. I think it's just another year being healthy again, and hopefully it comes more.
So, 2016 spring training, one of the coolest memories of my life happens. I go up to face my brother on a backfield, and the first and only pitch I've ever seen from him in my entire life, I hit a home run. And you were there. You remember this.
I can attest.
You can attest. You can attest to this. And the situation in minor league backfields is interesting because nobody makes noise. Nobody cheers. That was the loudest I've ever heard a minor league backfield is when I hit that home run. And you were there and can attest to the fact that I'm 1-for-1 with a home run off of my brother.
That is correct, and I'm pretty sure I was the one leading the charge with the applause. I couldn't have been more at the time. The way it all worked out was my thing. So Justin's coming over to pitch, get his innings in his spring training. You're actually playing on the other field. See that he is pitching in the field with you. Someone goes and gets you. You walk from one dugout to the other to another dugout that Justin's pitching on, walk straight up to the plate, and then hit a first pitch homer. I mean, you can't script it any better than that. That's minor league backfield spring training right there.
That is exactly how it went down because I went up and asked our minor league coordinator if I could go over there. And he literally said, run over to the other field, but don't go out on deck because he won't want to face you. So stand back behind the dugout, and it's this rocky area, dugout, and then the field. So I'm standing in the rocks with a helmet on, looking like a loser. And then the first guy pops up to right field. Justin turns around, and I literally run into the box. And then by the time he turns around, I'm just standing there like I'm ready to hit. And he goes, oh, God. And then I'll never forget, I hit the home run, and you can tell in the video, the catcher at the time is James McCann. James takes off his helmet and just starts busting out laughing. And you can see everybody, and you can see you in the background on the chart. Leading the way with the applause, like you said. So I will certainly never forget that moment, and I'm glad I have somebody now that has come on that can vouch for that situation.
And it wasn't pull side; it was to right center, deep. I mean, it's a good poke.
Fulmer, I'm not kidding you. Of every home run I've hit in my entire life, that's probably the furthest one I've hit. I've pulled balls further, but I don't hit oppo home runs. I don't. There's something happened. I don't know what it was. Something came over me, and I knew, because I said coming over, I said, I'm going to go over on that field, and my brother's going to throw me an inside fastball and try and break my bat. I know he's going to try and embarrass me in front of all my friends and everybody there. And it's a lose-lose for him. He can't throw me a first-pitch curveball. I know that. He throws me a first-pitch fastball, and I hit it out to deep right center, and then I touch home plate and run back to my field and never come back. Oh, God, I will never forget that. But one thing that I will never forget about you, and I've never heard the full story here, and I've never gotten the full story, so I want to know, what's the deal with the off-season plumbing situation? For those that don't know, until this past year, every off-season, you would go back home and work as a plumber in the off-season. How did you start that, and why did you continue to do it even once you got into the major leagues and had some success?
Well, first of all, I actually got the hat on now, represent the company. It was never, I'm not a certified plumber. not licensed. But my buddy, who I've known for a while, he owns his own company out there in Yukon, Oklahoma, and he said he needed some help one day, and sure enough, I went out there, and it's not the fixing toilets and leaks like that that he does on a daily basis. More replacing sewer lines in backyards and PVC and digging and all this stuff. So he just needed an extra set of hands one day, and so I helped him out. It's an all-day project, about 7-8 hours, and that's a good way to stay shape before you start actually going to the gym and working out. So he paid me in cash, and I enjoyed it at the time, and just kind of something that stuck with me through every off season.
There you go, your off-season workout regimen, plumbing. So what? So you just wanted to stick with it even after you become Rookie of the Year and become an All-Star. You continue to do it. Is it at that point as like continuing to do it as a friend, or are you like legitimately enjoying doing it? This whole time I did think it was on toilets. So now I know that it wasn't. It was like backfield type of work.
Yeah. There's some toilets, but not every day. But like I said, at one point it was kind of helping out a friend and just staying busy. Back with life before kids. Obviously now I got 2 kids and really don't have the time to do it anymore in the off season. But he was just awesome, helping me out, and just wanted to give him an extra set of hands.
So then you didn't do it heading into this season, and then this season's going well for you guys. I don't think the Tigers had a roster that everybody at the beginning of the season thought they were going to compete or win a lot of games, but it almost seems like new manager AJ Hinch has come over from the Astros and now is your manager. What is it? Is there like a cultural change that he's brought to this team, or what?
Yeah, AJ's awesome. He's a very knowledgeable manager. He interacts with his players, staff, just knows a lot about the game of baseball and thinks of things that people normally don't think of. I remember beginning of the year, I opened up in the bullpen, and he would come to each and every reliever before a series and say, look, this is your guy on the other team. Like, if he comes up in a critical spot, just make sure you're starting to move a bit, 5 or 6 batters in advance, just in case that guy comes up in the 6th, 7th, 8th inning. This is your guy, right? We think your stuff plays to this guy better than X player, So I didn't think that was a whole starting staff thing. Like, we got to face everybody 3 times usually. So you have one, but the fact that he took the time to go out to every day, hey, this is your guy, I thought was something kind of really thought out and special.
So not only is it like peace of mind for you knowing when you're going to be used, it's also him putting you guys in positions to succeed right out of the gate, right?
Yeah. He, I told him whenever I went to the bullpen that I just want to be thrown into the fire. If you're going to use me and you think I can help the team win, then throw me in there. And my first relief outing was in the 7th inning of a tie ball game against the Twins, which I didn't expect to be in either. But he's just he thinks he's a super smart guy. Like, I pitched in the 2nd inning when the starters gotten hurt. I pitched in the 5th. I pitched in the 7th, the 8th, the 9th, the 10th. He uses guys based on matchups, and I can't imagine what this would be like if the whole 3-batter minimum for relievers thing wasn't in place. I can imagine how many guys would be used per game with him. I'd say that's the way I put it.
So this is kind of a different year for you. You're coming out of the pen, and when did you realize that was going to be your new role? Were you told, hey, we're going to bring you in out of the bullpen, or was it kind of your suggestion?
No, it was all them. I remember in spring training, I had a few starts that I just wasn't getting it done. Stuff wasn't there. Velocity wasn't there still. And the last couple appearances in spring training, they said, hey, we're going to try to pitch you out of the bullpen. And I was like, okay, well, I'll still get my innings in and still lengthen out just in case if I can crack the rotation still. And I remember pitching in Dunedin, I think second to spring training, coming in the fifth or sixth, pitching a tie ball game against spring training Blue Jays, and was so amped. Went from 92, 93, but I was hitting 96, 97, fourth inning work. The adrenaline with that helped get me a couple ticks in velocity, and once the season started, a little more adrenaline after that, and things just stuck.
Yeah, I mean, and it seems like as you get more and more comfortable in the bullpen, your stuff is getting better and better. And now you've kind of transitioned into this closer role. Like, you've kind of just had so much success out of the bullpen. It's like they can't not put you there at the end of games. And then you come into games throwing 99 by guys, and it's like, oh my God, this guy's got his stuff back. And it's awesome to see. What is your goal? Do you really enjoy this close? Do you enjoy it where you want to stay here, or is your ultimate goal to get back in the starting rotation someday?
I'll tell you what, Ben. Yeah, out of spring training, I'm like, I have to get back in rotation, do it. But after getting put in these high leverage situations, being able to pitch the ninth inning, safe situations, it's tough to not love that role.
That's cool.
And it's something that I've really enjoyed doing, and I'm not sure if I want to get out of that high leverage situation role.
That's awesome, man. It's so fun to watch you in those situations, man. It really is. All right, so you mentioned the three batter minimum rule that is in place right now. So let me put you in the place of commissioner for one day. And I think baseball right now is in this cool transitional phase where it's becoming so exciting, and there's all these new young players breaking all these unwritten rules of baseball and all these things happening. If you were commissioner for the day, what is one rule that you would take away or implement for the betterment of the game of baseball?
I'd take away the extra inning rule, runner on second base. It's already tough as it is in those situations in extra innings. Every pitch is important, every out is important in those extra innings, and just to put a runner on second just doesn't feel like it does pitchers justice. It does save pitchers. I do get that. It does prevent 17, 18 inning games, but I'm not a fan of the runner on second rule in extra innings.
That's fair. That's a good one. All right, so I asked everybody the same three career moment sort of questions. So the first one to you would be, what was your welcome to the big leagues moment?
Oh, I mean, I think it's as early as my second start in the big leagues in Cleveland, coming off of my debut in Minnesota, go straight to Cleveland. And I think I give up like 4 or 5 innings, just get hit around the yard. Just mistakes. Mike Napoli hits neck balls. I mean, I was throwing balls at his neck and tomahawking them out to left field. I think, this game humbles you. It finds a way to humble you real quick, no matter how high on your horse you are. Like, I wasn't not saying I was cocky or anything, but I was feeling good and confident after my debut and feeling like, I belong in the big leagues at that moment, and then turn around 5 days later and immediately get hit around the yard a little bit. It's really a little humbling.
What is the most memorable play that you've made on the field?
Oh, memorable play? I'm not. I wish it was some fancy deep play that I'd made. Most memorable. It's when I was hitting. Keyword was trying.
Love this. I love where this is going.
Guys on first and second, I'm asked to put a bunt down, right?
God.
So first and second, you want to bunt the ball toward third base, a little firm, so make the third baseman field it. I look up when the pitch is being thrown and see Anthony Rizzo almost on the dirt of the batter's box. Execute this bunt, what I thought was to perfection. Okay. Rizzo proceeds to run across the field in front of the pitch, picks up the baseball on the third base line, throws it to third, and I'm not jogging, down the first base line. I'm giving a 80%, 90%.
Oh no.
He throws the ball to third base. I get doubled up at first base. But that's probably the most memorable play that I've been a part of.
This is probably also my most memorable answer to this question. I love this. Absolutely love that answer. That's great. Also, the last one, a moment that stands out to you that has taken place with teammates off of the field.
Oh, teammates off of the field. It's you can go back to rookie dress up in 2016 for me. It was I had the pleasure of sporting a Nacho Libre outfit, cape and mask and all. We went to Atlanta, was our last series, and we all went out to eat at a restaurant across from the hotel, all dressed up. It was actually kind of fun. I enjoyed it, but I think just like team dinners, when we go on road trips, fly in a little soon and go out to eat as a team, I think they're all pretty cool, and we get to bond off the field.
You best believe when this episode is pushed out, I will be finding that picture of you in a Nacho Libre outfit, and that will be pushed out with this segment as well. It has to be.
That's fine. I've lost weight since then, so everybody just remember that.
Fulm, a question for you before I let you go. When are you going to play me in MLB The Show?
Ben, I'm not a video gamer. I'll support your Twitch channel. I'm there, whether you know it or not sometimes. And I've seen you play, and I don't think I want to pick up the game just to get embarrassed by a Fox employee now. So the answer to that would probably be never. Although, the MLB tells us they're going to give us our own 99 card.
I don't want to face that. I don't want to face your 99 card.
So I may do it just for that, is what I'm thinking.
You need to get the show. You do. If you even get it, and MLB The Show will immediately give you a 99 card of yourself, one of one. You're the only one that can get it, and there's no way in the world I could touch it. So that's what we would have to do. You get your 99 card, I'll play you, and I won't be able to touch you with that card. But fun fact, one time when you were in my stream, I used your card, which you remember this well. I was literally using like a 92 Raleigh Fingers, 92 overall Raleigh Fingers. And Fulmer comes in my stream and goes, "Why aren't you using me?" so I go get his card, which was at the time, they've boosted your rating quite a bit, by the way. At the time, like a 64 overall, and went out and shoved with it. But so that was a fun time. But you definitely need to get your card. And you also said you're not a video gamer. I have seen you stream and play NHL. I've seen it happen. I've seen you play video games. So you can't say you're not a video gamer.
I dabble in NHL.
Dabble.
A little bit. But MLB I've not. So why don't you play me in NHL then?
I'll play you in NHL and you play me in MLB with your 99 overall card.
Deal.
Head to head. I'll use your whatever your 65 overall card. You use your 99 overall card, and we'll go head to head.
I'm down. I'm down for that.
All right, Fulm, thank you so much for joining me, man. I really, really appreciate it. I'm pumped to watch you come back out of the pen and blow 100 miles an hour by guys. Happy to see you back and healthy, and good luck the rest of the way. I'd love to have you back on sometime, man.
Ben, you're the man.
Thanks for watching. If you love flipping bats, swinging 3-0, or just talking ball, join us. Call us at 213-537-9339 with your questions. We have a weekly guest, and we have a lot of fun, so hit that subscribe button.